What's a good word, everyone? I'm Kenny Varner, the owner of SportsBooks.com. Welcome to the show. And what do we got here? We got spot betting we want to talk about. Now, what I've realized over time is I've learned all these different ways to bet. And a lot of this stuff has become second nature because I've grown this over time. But I also have to realize that there might be people out there that know exactly what's going up with the spot betting and all that, but there's a lot of people who don't really know, like more analytical people who want to have even more information on how to bet on a game, especially football. I'm gonna exclusively stay to football probably on spot betting. You got your look ahead, your letdowns, your sandwich games, and kind of more. Well, what's that? The schedule. Knowing the schedule is a key. There's a difference now. Here's like a trick question: are the Raiders a sandwich game? You got the Kansas City Chiefs we're talking about. They got Buffalo. They're playing Buffalo this week, and a couple weeks down, they got Buffalo. Then they got the Raiders. Then they got Baltimore. So you got two solid teams that are going to have to be in the playoffs. Sandwiched in there is the Raiders, a bad football team, my team. Now, my question is that a sandwich game? And my advanced answer to that is no. Yes, the Raiders are a bad team, but people can get the sandwich spot, like identifying it, absolutely wrong. Because when it's a division game, it's going to count. It's a big deal. People are going to get up for that game. Now, if you got something like, same example, Kansas City's playing Buffalo, then they're playing the Giants, then they're playing Baltimore the following week. That is a perfect sandwich spot. Now, you have a sandwich spot which leads to the letdown. And why? Because it's like you got two big games. What's the least important game in the NFL when an AFC team plays an NFC team? All the tiebreakers, that's as low as it gets outside of a coin flip, is what you've done against an NFC team when you're an AFC team. And you just naturally got a chance to step down. Now, you don't just automatically. I see people do this automatically. Oh, automatic sandwich game. Oh, they're obviously going to be down. Or some teams don't take weeks off. Some teams are still building. A Kansas City would be more of a prime example to actually be in a sandwich spot. And be like, we've won the Super Bowl. We've had all the games at home in the playoffs. We were able to do it on the road. You can have a sandwich spot with them. And with the better teams, it's always tough to go against them. Oh, they're 9-point favorites of just coming off this run against Buffalo. And then they got another one on deck. But you also have a letdown. A letdown spot can also happen after you've gone through a gauntlet. When you're a good team, gone through a gauntlet, and now you're playing the Jets without Aaron Rodgers, or even with him, he probably sucks. But Jets, we got to play the Jets. We just beat Dallas. We went to Philadelphia and got the win there, and now we got the Jets. We got two big wins we're coming off of. And what happens is the books, sometimes yes, sometimes no, factor in the letdown spots. So you'll see Buffalo just beat Dallas just beat the Eagles 24-3. Dallas just beat the Niners 17-14. Now who's coming in? The Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals are coming in. Dallas, even though they're going to Arizona, it doesn't matter. They have more fans there anyway. Why is Dallas only -4? Why is Dallas only -3.5? And people do that, and then they jump on it and go, don't even think about it. Of course they're going to steamroll them. And, that's how people get in trouble. They're like, how come Kansas City's only 6 over Jacksonville in Kansas City? Less than a touchdown? Stuff like that happens all the time, and it's because of these spot betting, the schedule spots. What do I got there? Yeah, when the elite team steps down, in competition. And it can happen to anybody. It can happen to Jackson because you got levels. You got your playoff teams. You got your playoff team. You know, they're the one battling for playoffs and one that always goes to the playoffs. Kansas City, Jacksonville, Minnesota is like in the will they come up, will they come down type deal. And then the point spreads look way off, you know. And we're gonna do another video about that, about betting ahead. But I just want to get you guys to know about spot betting, because spot betting is second nature to me. And so many times people come up to me and be like, why are they only a 4-point favorite? You know, I don't follow this, but I know these guys are way better than these guys. And no doubt, 75% of the time, it's because of the spot. And it's like, oh, they got Dallas on deck. Eagles don't really care about the Cardinals. They got Dallas on deck. They're already 4-0. They already think, no, we can take care of these clowns. You know, all of a sudden they're in a dogfight. You know? And I want to preface all this by saying this is not 100% of the time. Just because they're in this situation doesn't mean they're automatically going to lose or automatically going to struggle. It's just something to look for. You know, this Arizona team could now have Murray coming back, or, you know, they could be average teams. The Jags could be, you know, this is their Super Bowl. Anybody. This is the Bears' Super Bowl, and they're going to put everything into it. And that's kind of another thing. Another spot I like to look at is when a big dog, let's say Kansas City's favored by 16 over the Bears, and the Bears take them to the wire. There's a turnover at the 3-yard line. People are saying they could have won. Oh my God, can you believe it? 17-14. That I would look. You know, it's never auto bet yet, but I would look at fading the Bears and taking the Chiefs the following weeks. You got the Bears came so close. They emptied the tank, and now they're playing Minnesota. That's a bad example because it's a division, but they're playing, I don't know, Chicago Bears are playing the Chargers now, or the Broncos, and being like, we had them on the ropes, we had them beat, we should have did this. And what can happen is the first 10 minutes they fall behind 10-0 in the next game, and they kind of just don't have the same effort. It's not even like on purpose. It's really weird because it's just all of a sudden it's like Denver just beat the Bears 23-7. The Bears had the Chiefs on the ropes and should have beat them. Meanwhile, the Kansas City goes out and crushes, you know, the 49ers, or crushes Buffalo 42-7 the next week, and go, whoa, where'd that come from? So you have that overreaction thing of, and that's kind of put into the line too, because then, you know, you come back in Kansas City against Buffalo or Baltimore or someone like that. Pittsburgh is favored by 7. It's like they could barely beat the Bears in Kansas City was at home, and now they're 7 over a Super Bowl contender. And it's like, yes, they are. And there's a reason. There's, especially in the NFL, you can find spots more in college where you think the books might be wrong. The NFL is the most bet sport we have here in America. And so they have the tightest lines. And they're always going to have the NFL will always have the tightest lines. So even though you have a whole week to prepare for it, they have the tightest lines you can get. So take spot betting into account. I'm going to start doing a show on Facebook Live, and I'm going to banter back and forth with some people. So it'll be a lot of fun. And agree, disagree, or a little half and half. You know, the garbage man's here, so it's time to end the video because our Montana Grizzlies are going to win the national title. You heard it here first. You heard it here last. The Montana Grizzlies will win the national title. Book it, ship it. But that has nothing to do with what we're talking about here. And I get sidetracked. It's okay. We have a lot of fun here at SportsBooks.com. So remember, spot betting can be a big key in the NFL, in college also. You got Georgia playing Vanderbilt, and then Tennessee the next week. It's like, oh, Georgia only won 27-7. There's a 38-point favorite. Now they got to play Tennessee on the road. Yeah, and they'll beat them by more. But, so look at that spot betting. Don't go, this is what happened in this game. This is what happened in this game. So they're going to play exactly the same way they did against Vandy. They're going to prepare the exact same way for Vandy as they did for Tennessee, especially in college when you get mad because your 20-point favorite didn't quite cover. You didn't put them in the money line parlay like we would suggest. And then we got that in other videos, how to do that. So, all right, we've said enough. Spot betting. I know a bunch of you might already know about spot betting. There's a bunch that do not. There's a lot of people turning 18 and even 35-year-olds. They get a little extra boost and see something from a person that's just right at their house. Information is the key. What it looks like from the person. Where you get the information doesn't matter. It's that you have it, and you have it here at sportsadballs.com. Come see my YouTube channel or sportsadballs.com. We'll see you in the next video. And together, let's make money.